You delivered the feedback carefully, specific, timely, balanced. You used the right framework, you chose the right moment, and nothing changed. If that's happened to you more than once with the same person, I want to offer you something today, because the problem almost certainly isn't your delivery. It's the direction, and understanding this shift is the key to unlocking growth. My name is Sean Dwyer. I work with professionals and organisations on something called meta programs, the perceptual filters that shape how people process information, make decisions, and respond to the people around them. Today I want to talk about one meta program that explains more feedback failures than any other I've encountered in workplaces. It's called the Authority Source Meta Program. The Authority Source Meta Program describes the direction someone looks to decide whether information is true. Some people look inward, to their own sense of things, their own read of the situation. Others look outward, to the person in front of them, to evidence, to credible authority, to respected voices. Neither is wrong, both show up in every team. But here's where it matters for you as a people manager or HR professional. The internal referencer doesn't experience their orientation as stubbornness. They experience it as integrity. They carry a self-generated sense of what's accurate that doesn't need external validation to feel real. So when feedback arrives that contradicts their internal read, the instinctive response isn't curiosity, it's resistance. Not because they're closed to learning, because their validation system is pointed inward and the feedback is arriving from the wrong direction. Here's a scenario I see regularly. Two professionals in the same team receive identical feedback about their communication style. The internal referencer engages thoughtfully, nods in the right places, privately compares the feedback against their own rate of the situation, decides it doesn't quite match, and produces no change. The external referencer, who deeply respects the manager delivering the feedback, immediately restructures their approach, sometimes overcorrects toward whatever was said most recently. Same feedback, same delivery, completely opposite responses, different meta programs. When you understand the Authority Source Meta Program, the intervention changes. For the internal referencer, the question that produces movement isn't, what do you think of this feedback? It's, what do you notice when you look at this yourself? You're not asking them to accept an external verdict. You're directing them toward their own observation, which is the only source of authority their system actually trusts. That's not softening the feedback. That's understanding which door it needs to come through. This is what meta programs make possible. Not better frameworks, but accurate reads of the person in front of you before the conversation starts. If this interests you, I'm running a 3-day program in Orange this June called Figuring Out People Meta Programs for Coaching Awareness and Communication, 6th to the 8th of June, designed for HR professionals, managers, and coaches. The link is in the description below. I'd love to see you there.